Few horror franchises are able to reach the heights and have the longevity of Alien. We're about to receive yet another entry in the form of Alien Romulus. Yet I remember back in the day, while the franchise was still firmly in far-off space, there was one desire from fans of the series. We wanted to see aliens on Earth. It was even teased during a trailer for Alien 3, which went nowhere, as well as the very end of Alien Resurrection. Even when they did it in the first AVP movie, it was mostly in Antarctica, which is pretty damn similar to some of these alien worlds that we've already repeatedly seen. No, the fans demanded a living, breathing Earth. So finally, springboarding off of the success of Paul W.S. Anderson's AVP film, as well as its Xeno-Pred hybrid, they did what we fans have always wanted, and set it in suburban America. And it was awful. From a never-ending barrage of one-dimensional characters quickly being offed, to the alien life cycle being completely changed, this is rough viewing. So we're getting into it all, as we look at how awfully good is Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. First of all, this video is going to be going off of the unrated version, because why on earth would I want to cover the less violent one? Let's get into the movie. Aliens vs. Predator Requiem picks up right where the first one left off, with the alien-predator hybrid bursting out of a predator. This creature wreaks havoc on the ship, causing it to crash land into Colorado, though it looks suspiciously like the Pacific Northwest. A lone predator sent to clean up the mess, while the aliens and Pred-Xeno hybrids start taking over the small town. So we finally get some great visuals of the aliens in the suburbs. There was one positive thing to come out of this movie. It's these great visuals. You know, for the 10% of the time that we can actually see it. And yes, that is a very common criticism for the movie. And would you be shocked to hear that this was actually intentional? Director of photography Daniel Pearl hated how bright everything was in AVP. He thought it revealed too much. So we set about having less light on set and even lowered it in post-production, feeling the darker environments and shaky cam gave it a more documentary style feel. You're gonna have to be the judge of that, because even standard shots feel like they're just a few steps too dark. And when it comes to the action scenes, I can't make out what the hell is happening. I've seen this movie multiple times, and there are some scenes that I genuinely have no clue what is happening other than generic fighting. The brothers Strauss, who I could easily just call the Strauss brothers, but for some reason I really dig their stupid nickname for themselves, are clearly bigger Predator fans than they are of the Xenomorphs. Because of this, the aliens get a bit shortchanged here, being really just fodder for violence. While the first film went further in the other direction, with many of the Predators looking like chumps for how easy they are for the Xenos to kill, this one leans into the Predator love. Pretty much the only thing that's a match for the lead Predator, Wolf, is the Pred alien, who is OP as fuck. Seriously, this thing can do just about anything. And as dumb as the movie can get, Wolf is an absolute badass in the first act. He's essentially a cleaner for the Predators, wiping out all evidence of their or the Xenos' existence. This is probably just done so that we don't get the "why don't we know of these aliens if they were on Earth in the 2000s" question. But this is the kind of additional lore that feels perfect for the series and adds to them in a unique way. Unfortunately, Wolf kind of shits the bed as the story goes along. He loses the Xenomorphs when they're nearby and manages to get punked by one, injuring him and effectively cutting off the power to the city. Then he starts hunting down humans when the priority should clearly be the Xenos. It's like the filmmakers are just trying to kill time until we finally get that big showdown at the end. There's a lot of stuff going on in this movie that just makes my brain hurt. From the Pred alien developing from a little baby to this large monstrosity in record time, to a complete alteration of the alien's reproductive cycle, it's hard not to be at least a little annoyed at the complete disregard for the alien lore. Though I suppose this was following up a movie that had the Predators setting up an ancient pyramid in Antarctica in order to hunt and kill Xenos, so the stupid train had already left the station. One thing that is very prominent in Requiem is a random group of humans being introduced only to be killed off by the predators or xenomorphs. We've got this father and son, these homeless people, blue-collar workers, restaurant staff, hospital staff. It just never ends. This wouldn't be a massive problem, except they seemingly refuse to give us relatable characters. Everyone is so painfully obnoxious and one-dimensional that it's hard to watch this and root for anyone except the monsters. I guess this isn't a shocker when we're treated to great lines of dialogue like this.
It's a cute outfit, Rick.
Yeah, as in Halloween in October.
At least now I know who ordered the sausage lovers.
I mean, just look at these two teenagers who are practically our leads with how much screen time they get. There's a whole plot line of them wanting to be together, and even has an evil ex-boyfriend for good measure. Yet they kill the girl out of nowhere and leave the guy wounded. The choices in this film are absolutely baffling. And I have to make sure to give a shout out to the pizza store supervisor played by David Hornsby. Some of you should know him as Rickety Cricket from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Oh, and he's married to Emily Deschanel. That's completely irrelevant to what we're talking about here. I just always have to take the opportunity to say that this is married to this.
Rise up, gonna get higher and higher, woo!
Despite its stupidity, I won't deny that the film has balls. From killing a kid within the first 20 minutes to its sheer disregard for human life. There's a lot to satiate gorehounds. I mean, hell, they even put babies in danger. An alien pregnate a poor pregnant lady. It's this sheer cruelty that can pump the brakes on any true fun being had. The movie ends with a big fight between the Pred alien and Wolf. It's clear that Wolf is outpowered, but he still does his best. The fight itself is really dumb and just looks like two stunt performers flailing around in suits. They end up in each other's warm embrace. But the town is nuked by the US government. Our human survivors crash land during their helicopter escape, and we get a very silly ending where Miss Yutani shows up and takes the Predator cannon. This clearly was meant to set up a third film, but thankfully we were not tortured by that.
Before we continue with our video, here's a reminder to click the Store tab on any of our JoBlo channels and browse our collection of the latest and freshest designs in our merch store. Go get you some.
Now that we've waded through the darkness, let's figure out some fun drinking games that could go along with this dumpster fire. I know them. Take a drink whenever you recognize an actor from a popular TV show at the time. We've got Rico Aylesworth from 24, Stephen Pascal from Rescue Me, and even Johnny Lewis from Sons of Anarchy. Canon? What's that? Take a drink whenever the film goes completely against something already established in either the Alien or Predator world. Whether it's xenomorphs on Earth or xenoblood not melting things like they should, there's a lot to go off of here. Bloody bright. Take a drink whenever you see the blood of either the xenomorph or the Predator. They're both bright green/yellow, so it should be fairly easy. Now that we've got a proper buzz, let's look at some interesting tidbits as we check out some trivia. This is the first film to give us a glimpse of the Predator homeworld. The Predator Wolf is named after the Pulp Fiction character Winston Wolfe, since his job is mostly as a cleaner. The filmmakers tried to get Bill Paxton as the diner chef, but scheduling conflicts prevented this. Adam Baldwin was intended to reprise his role of Garber from Predator 2, but he was unable, so it was later changed to a generic colonel played by Robert Joy. The original script had the Pred alien dying on the ship, and a regular alien would then cause all of the chaos that caused the ship to crash. Originally, the alien's homeworld was going to be shown in a post-credit scene. The Pred alien in the film is actually intended to be a juvenile queen as well. Rather than simply wounded by the Pred alien in the hospital, Ricky was intended to be ripped in half. But test audiences reacted negatively, and it was changed. The brothers Strauss wanted the film converted to 3D, but the footage was deemed too dark for conversion. There was a scene filmed that featured the Predator skinning Deputy Ray Adams, but was dropped by the studio for being too horrific. One form of the ending had the introduction of a king alien, a large dinosaur-like alien with wings, and it would have been set on the alien homeworld. Getting away from those fun facts, rating this one proved to be a bit difficult, because I love stupid shit, but this one is severely lacking in the fun department. So on a scale from Victor Salva to Roger Corman, I'm giving this a 3 out of 10. Don't get me wrong, the movie is bad, but as a lover of the so bad it's good genre, there's a lot to laugh at here. This is the perfect movie to put on with friends and just make fun of, though I'd argue there's little else to care about. What do you think of Aliens vs. Predator Requiem? Is it the worst film in either franchise? Do you think we'll ever get another entry? Comment below and we'll see you in the next one.
See? No monster.
It's awfully good. It's awfully good.